But I still,
if you have the capabilities of doing this, you're not dry humping Rihanna at the beginning of this shit. You're not like, hey, I'm gonna write this in.
Starting it off?
It's 11:11, so let's finish by 12:20.
All right, go ahead. Cool. Go ahead. No call, no show. Bring this in.
Hey, that part of the podcast had better guy deleted. I mean, that part, I don't want it. All right, so am I supposed to just talk over that? Yo, we back, nigga. It's the average American.
No. You back.
Fuck you, nigga. We back. It was a long absence, you know what I'm saying? I had to go out into the wild and come back a motherfucking legend. Welcome back on this week's episode of the Average American Males. This is one of the many co-hosts, AMF, with my boy Chell, my nigga Cam, the twins Andrew and Chris. Before I even ask how y'all weeks were, what number episode is this?
Yeah, let's start shouting that out.
This is about to be episode 27.
27.
Only Chell knows what number these episodes are.
Are you sure it's 27 for sure?
Yeah, y'all niggas don't pay attention.
I never keep up. I got a life. So let's get around the room, man. Chris, let me just start with you, bro. How was your week, bro?
It was good. It was cool, man. Just chill.
Any highlights? You fuck somebody upside down or something?
I wish, dude.
Yeah, me too, man.
No.
Niggas is flirting on the podcast, bro.
Niggas want to be Spider-Man so bad.
All right.
Nah, but it's been chill.
All right, cool. Big brother?
Just started a job recently, line cook.
Oh, yeah.
About that.
That's tight.
Congrats, bro.
Do you like it?
I like it a lot, actually.
All right, for sure.
That's what's up, bro.
That's lit. I'm about to come get some food. You work tonight? Damn. Let's just go eat.
That's going to be that nigga answer all the time you ask him. Do you work? Nope.
Nah. Oh, you coming, Chell? Nah. I ain't going to be able to make it. Cam, what's up with you, big bruh?
My week was cool, bro. Saw Avengers. I know we're going to talk about that at the end.
I heard Lil Thanos snapped on you, bruh.
Oh, nah.
Lil Thanos was like, hold up. Yeah. Hey, Cam, where you going this morning?
Nah.
I am inevitable.
Well, you giving spoilers, bro. You can't talk about it.
Spoilers,
Whatever, bro.
Yeah, we
if
gonna
you
talk.
didn't say shit, nobody would know what the fuck that was.
They might not, though.
Well, too late. All right.
Yeah, my week was cool, bro. It went by super fast, I feel like, but that could have been like just because I was looking forward to Endgame the whole week. Yeah. So
Thanos should have brought back Killmonger.
Yeah, that would have been.
He probably did.
Somehow,
probably did.
Hey, somehow, if that happened, that would have been tight as fuck.
A nigga Thanos like, I got your auntie.
Damn.
That's what he should have did, bro. He should have been like,
hey, we still low-key giving spoilers a little bit, aren't we?
Y'all bringing people back? No,
yeah.
y'all bringing people back too.
Cheese?
Nigga, the whole crowd would have been like,
Yeah, they would have went crazy.
yeah, it would have been hard.
What's up, Chell? How was it? I heard you went to the clinic this week. No? Yeah,
I had 2 abortions this week, guys.
Damn.
It was great. You see that segue? I sacrificed myself for the price of the segue. Nah, my week has been great, man. I have no complaints right now about my week.
Yeah, that's tight, bro.
Tight. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's me, bro. I always can find something to complain about. I'm naturally a complainer, but my week has been crazy as fuck. But not because it's been bad and crazy. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean? Now, I just don't even have remotely enough time to talk about my week. It's impossible. But the 2 things that I will say is that, 1, shout out to my queen, beautiful sister, who just went to prom last night, bro. She looked absolutely beautiful, nigga. She went to prom in a Bentley, and then she went to after prom in a Sprinter van that was like, decked the fuck out.
So she had a champagne party?
Yeah, bro. Mind you, she had a escorts. 2 niggas on bikes, a Bentley, and bro. I'm like, whose famous daughter is this? But that's what happens when you love like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Did you meet her date? You gave her a little older brother talk?
Let me tell you something, bro.
Take that nigga into the garage?
Let me tell you something. Listen, bro. Cut the lights off?
Yeah.
Hey,
cut the lights off.
You don't know what I'm referencing when Cam dad cut the lights off? Yeah. You gotta stay on the podcast if you.
That was the basement, though. That was the basement.
It was the garage.
It was for sure the garage. Yeah, bro. Don't try to change the narrative.
I was told the story already.
I'll tell it. It was pretty much again, bro. I stole change from my dad. I stole all his quarters from washing, That nigga made a left turn, heard all the quarters shaking in my pocket, bro. Made a U-turn, took me home, whooped my ass, took me to my little brother's house. And then my little brother's mom was like, Keith said go to the garage. I go to the garage. All the lights is out, nigga. Bro, I felt a fucking belt hit me from the backside, bro. I was running through weight equipment and shit, bro. That was ass whooping. I'll never forget, bro.
This nigga dad tried to train him to be a blind fighter.
They got me like Daredevil in there, bro.
Use your senses.
I felt like Arya on Game of Thrones, bro.
What is the girl's name?
Right, real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
Y'all niggas ready to cry today, bro?
Oh, who? Actually, Cam, I'm
What?
Game of Thrones. It's the last
wait,
episode.
hold on.
Not the last episode,
Hold on.
before the big battle.
Before I do this, because I got to do this with you, but before I do it,
Wait, the season just started and it's over already?
No, it's just the big
Nah.
battle starts today.
it's a lot of stuff's it's
Battle of
happening
Winterfell.
quickly.
It's only 6 episodes this season, too.
This next thing I got to say real quick, bro.
It's half a season.
Shout out SK. I just recently did an interview with SK.
Yeah, definitely
at,
check that out.
At Alyssa's shop on Market Street. So we'll make sure that somehow in the video we'll put the address of her shop. She give dumb deals. She do sugaring up there. So we're going to make sure I know about her services. But I did an interview with SK, and we're going to start featuring some of those interviews on our website and on our YouTube channel. So just be on the lookout for that. SK has a show at the Peppermint Club on March 23rd.
May 23rd.
May 23rd. I don't know how I said March. How
Let's
that
start with
happened.
M.
Yeah, but thank you, Cam.
I'll be having
That's
that
a friend
mistake.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
So May 23rd. You know, buy tickets, come out. We'll make sure we link that somewhere too, so you guys can get that information. And of course the leak is in SK's bio. His Instagram is Rick the Ruler. Rick with 2 Ks. The Ruler. I think it's the Ruler.
Duh, ruler.
Yeah, we'll put it in the camera. Edit that in for us, bro. His Instagram, and then the link is in there. you know, just take care of that for us, bro, please.
Do that.
Yeah.
Now, nigga, let's get
Anything
really.
else, sir? Anything else?
Can somebody get my dry cleaning, please? No.
Oh, you didn't finish your prom story, though, bro.
It was. I can't, bro. I don't have time.
It's not his prom story.
Yeah, I don't have time though. Honest, look. The long story short, I cried and I tried hard. My hardest not to.
Did you
I
talk to
cried.
her a date?
Oh, about that. Let me tell you this
He
part.
cried to him.
He held me in his arms, bro. Bro, her date is 7-7.
Oh, shit.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, her date was 7-7?
Her date is the tallest nigga on earth. Nigga, her date is fucking Mr. Manhattan from Watchmen. Nigga.
Does he hoop?
Does he hoop? Nah. He
Aw,
dances
man.
and
Man.
like edits videos. Look,
Yo, this
y'all,
nigga a 7-7 dancer?
bro, honestly, he's so talented that it doesn't make
All
a
right,
difference.
How are you a talented 7-7
Bro, he got
dancer?
like 500K followers. That
Yeah.
nigga's a great dancer.
How are you
He's not. He's in. He just barely got out of high school. He has that many followers.
Yeah, that's
He's
a
very
big deal,
talented.
What kind of dance can you do at 7-7?
I don't know, bro.
It's not hip hop, right? What's he doing?
No,
Ballet?
it's for sure like hip hop and locking and like stuff like that. He for sure ain't doing no.
He
damn
probably like
ballet.
those
Have you
twins.
ever seen a nigga over 6'4" be able to dance?
Oh no, let me just say this.
How tall Channing
I
Tatum?
exaggerated that he's 7'7", bro.
Oh.
Obviously, what the fuck type nigga is 7'7"? Come on, bro.
Is he taller than me?
Yes.
Oh, shit. That nigga taller.
Oh,
He
like
real
you the
tall.
tallest nigga
That nigga
ever.
real- hey, that nigga must be real tall there. You know?
He's taller than. Remember my boy AJ that came through?
Yeah.
He's taller than AJ.
Okay. So that
And you
nigga's
see how
pretty
tall that nigga
So
was.
Yeah.
is he 6'7"? Is he
I don't- I don't actually-
is he Alex tall? Shout out Alex.
But like this, yeah, he's like Alex tall.
Yeah,
He's really
I
tall.
can't picture.
He's shorter
a
than
nigga that
Alex,
tall
but he's
being
up
able
there.
to dance.
But
That's
he's
crazy.
not. Look, it doesn't look. I seen him. It don't look awkward. He really finesses his shit. He
That
knows how to
nigga
carry
playing
himself.
all the trees and musicals.
What a dick, bro. I ain't gonna let y'all ball my nigga, bro. He took my sister to prom, and he's a good nigga, bro. I have to vouch for him.
Okay,
So
he gave you to talk.
Yeah. hey, little
That's how
man.
you-
This how this like go.
bro,
She'll be home by 2.
Yeah.
So I told niggas, I was like, I had a whole plan for how I was gonna press her prom date. She'd been to prom with this nigga before, to his prom, and he came to her prom this time.
Okay.
So when I had first heard about it, I said, oh, I'm about to do this, that, and whatever. But when I saw the nigga, I walked up to him and said, hey, bro, I had a whole plan,
Yeah.
right? But you do what you gonna do.
I love it with that nigga buttons on
I
his
was just
jacket.
like, it ain't nothing. So then I had told this
Nigga look like the parents in cartoons,
bro.
you can only see up to their chest.
Bro, it was bad. But I had told this to my cop homie who damn near raised me. You know what I'm saying? But he's a detective, so I was telling him that story, and then he was like, "But can you take him?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I can take that
Yeah.
nigga, bro. If I got to,
Yeah.
for sure, like 100%."
young.
Yeah, not him being young, just the fact that I'm me. I
That
for
nigga
sure
dancer,
can
he
take
might do a backflip.
Okay. What you think he that nigga from Instagram, the little gay nigga to be doing
Yeah.
backflip? I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro.
Nigga might kill you, bro.
Timing is everything. You gonna do that backflip, I'm gonna catch your ass slipping.
All right.
With that being said, it's
Talking
no good
different. You wasn't
segue.
talking like that in the garage.
What?
You wasn't talking like that in the. Oh, you wasn't in the garage. Where'd you talk with him?
I'm not your dad, Cam. I told you.
Where'd you talk with him? Y'all was like just y'all two.
No, I never put. He's like a family friend, bro. I
Oh,
didn't have to
okay.
do none of that. Yeah, he a good nigga, bro. Real talk. Game of Thrones. Let's get right to
Wait,
it.
real
Game
quick.
of Thrones.
Did y'all go to prom?
I did, but
Did
it
y'all
was-
y'all
it
didn't
was-
get to talk?
It was
from
nothing.
like somebody. I got to
Bro,
talk.
people
That
ain't
shit was
got
crazy.
dads,
You
bro.
gotta talk from
Yeah,
somebody.
What'd you do?
my dads, uncles, them niggas pulled me to the side. They was like, at the end of the day, we want to just make sure she have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And if she don't, I don't know if you gonna have a good time. And I was just like, all right, I believe
So,
you.
Bro, you should have
that,
said
that sound
hey,
like if she don't have fun, you can't smash. bro.
honestly,
if she have fun,
Hey,
throughout the
hey,
night,
dog.
you can
Hey,
smash.
you should have hit him back with the. Well, it's not my responsibility for her fun. You know what I'm saying? That's what she. It's just
Bro,
like an adult answer.
her-
Like I'm not
You
responsible.
should have
for
been,
how
like,
she
you should have
feels.
been like, nah, she gonna have fun.
Mind you, what made me even more mad because it was her stepdad, and her stepdad was crazy. He was like a thug. This nigga worked out to R&B music, like 90s R&B.
Oh yeah, that
music.
nigga for sure was a killer. There.
Yeah, bro, I didn't
only,
fuck with that,
Only
bro.
a nigga that can murder you can work out the Tyrese.
We used to have game
Signs
night.
of love making this shit.
We would have game night, and he'll
Yeah.
invite his kids over, bro. Bro, if his kids answered anything wrong, bro, fucking dumbass. You know what I'm saying? It was
God
like pressure,
damn.
bro. Nigga like 23 just getting yelled at, called a dumbass and shit, bro. That nigga was scary, bro. So I believed him.
What was your response, my guy, at this talk?
I said, I got you. I said, I'm gonna take care of her.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I ain't never stuttered a day in my life.
That's
a lie.
But that day you did.
That's a lie.
Never.
Yeah, right.
It said Kel was about to start rapping. Did it sound like he was about to start rapping? Never.
All right, but Game of Thrones. You was
Let's
about to
get to
ask me a question about Game of Thrones?
I forgot. All I know is
Who
is
I'm gonna think
that
gonna die?
That's my who's the die roster right now. Who's dying next episode?
I got Brienne.
I kind of got Brienne.
I got Brienne.
Jamie Lannister.
I ain't
Jamie's
got him
dead.
dying. I ain't got him dying the next episode though. I do got him dying this season. I got
Everybody's dying this season. Now, that part I don't count.
Oh, this
dying,
episode?
Who's dying this episode specifically?
Brienne and Theon. Them the two I got dying this episode.
Who was I saying gonna die?
Also, Sir Davos.
Davos not gonna die. I put money. Are we gonna take bets a little bit? Like
Yeah.
even if it's
Yeah,
one
let's do a
dollar
If you
poll.
bet.
want to, we can.
Let's do
Yeah.
a pool. I mean,
Chell was like, I don't know what to say.
I gave up on this show a long time ago.
you watch shows like Friends from College,
It's a
and
great show.
Sex Education. and-
Another great show.
Friends from College got canceled.
Caillou.
Season 2
It's cool. Shows get canceled.
didn't even get to finish.
Same with the theatrical show we all like.
Which one?
The shit that Nas was doing.
The Get Down.
The Get Down.
Hey,
They got canceled because it cost too much though.
That's bad
Friends from
producing.
College got canceled because
it
no
was
one
bad.
watched
I'ma be real,
it, bro.
I watched the Get Down. That shit did not cost that much money to execute that. Y'all
I don't-
niggas,
I-
y'all niggas, somebody was stealing money. 'Cause
I didn't
y'all
love. I
niggas-
didn't love the Get Down like that either. It was dope to me. I didn't love it. Love it.
Okay, for sure.
all right, let's not spend too much time on
good
it.
show,
We
though.
got,
All
we
right,
got a
let's go.
lot of shit to talk
Oh,
about.
it's gonna be a 2-hour episode.
It won't.
This nigga, bro. This nigga really
Hey,
wants that.
hey,
shit
we're
to
really
be-
gonna-
We haven't started
we're gonna
talking
just
about
shut it off.
nothing yet.
As soon as Chell start talking, we gonna stop the podcast.
You didn't even tell us about your magical experience up at Big Bear.
I can't.
Why?
Some gay
Look,
shit
I
happened.
can say this. Fuck you, man. I can say this. Look, I went to Big Bear, man. I had a good experience, and I came back a different person. I'm not even AMF anymore. Now they call me FMA. Nah, I'm just playing. But you know, like even my Instagram, bro. I changed my Instagram name to AMF the Prophets instead of AMF the Prodigy.
So it's a rebrand.
Kinda. It's just that I could tell, like literally, bro. I'll tell you a little bit about it as quick as possible. I went to Big Bear, bro. When I came back, I stopped eating meat. Not like, oh, I'm going on a diet.
What'd you do up
I
there?
just stopped. I didn't want to talk about that, bro. God
Ah,
damn,
damn,
nigga.
man. All right, whatever then, bro.
I'm gonna talk about it. I didn't want to. This bitch ass nigga just. Hey, you know what? I'm not even about to talk about it. Fuck you, bro. Damn.
All right.
Something happened with them, bro. He
I
can't
don't
talk
eat-
about it.
I don't
Something
eat
happened
meat ass
with them.
nigga. Then what? You stop eating meat.
Hey, I don't. Hey, man.
To be fair, you quit eating meat every other month.
No, this is different, bro. I'm not disagreeing with you because I do a lot of little shit experimentally, like as far as food. But I have to make sure I add that as far as food. It's like, let me make sure there's no breaking that sentence.
Experimentally, yeah.
Right?
This nigga Cam was like, "Pop, pop, 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 pop." Just couldn't wait.
Sorry. Yeah, got this album.
Nah, but Big Bear was a like a life changing experience, bro. And I came back, bro. And you know how like if you break up with your girl, you still fuck with her sometimes. Because I stopped fucking with my ex completely. I stopped eating meat. I stopped doing a whole bunch of shit, and it was crazy. Don't get me wrong. You know what I will say 100%. This is the first time because I know what my ex thinks. She think I stopped fucking with her because I had other bitches or something. You know what I'm saying? I know she think that without or at least I'm almost sure that 80% of her thought process is another bitch was involved. It was the first time, bro, that I realized like, oh shit, since my last like 8-year relationship that I've really actually been alone. So this process is a little bit different because now it's more of a mourning process. You know what I'm saying? Like when I don't know. It's like most people, they'll try to cover up their like breakup pain with like rebounds or whatever the fuck people do after they break up. But I've just had to accept like this is what the situation is. And I even not talking to her no more, I didn't really want to do it. But like I said, Big Bear had an effect on me. Even not wanting to do it, I still did it. I was moving off my instinct instead of what my logic said and instead of what my emotion said, my heart. Yeah. I went off of my instinct. And the instinct, which I would consider to be like a Holy Spirit type shit. So that was like, this is what's supposed to happen. It was hard as fuck to do, but I knew it was the right thing. And now like my weeks after have been like, this makes sense. Now I can feel like I'm growing as a person.
Really start new.
Yeah, it's a different experience, bro. Even the other day, like when I look at girls, I be thinking like, as much as I badly want to like face fuck something, you know what I'm saying? I just know like I'm not emotionally ready to do that.
Get it changed up. And the Big Beard, I'll just play. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm still a heathen. You know, I'm not denying that. But for sure, like, it's me. I know. I'm like, I want pussy. I know I could probably go get some pussy. Yeah. I know I'm also not ready to be out here fucking. Though. No, not even that. I can't fuck somebody else right now. I can't. As much as I want to, I know I can't. Bars. I'm not emotionally in the right spot. I know it. It sucks. But I have to accept that and keep
maturity,
it pushing.
Right? I hear it, bro.
Yeah, sound like bars for pussy to me,
yeah,
bro.
I know. He in his Wale bag right now. I could have swore I've heard this in a Wale song.
Hey, bro, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I don't like Wale. Don't even put me in the same box with him, bro.
You don't like him as a person?
I hate Wale. I put it like this. I don't like him as a person because I hate him that much as an artist.
I always feel like he's one of the most underrated rappers, bro.
Look, the thing about Wale, I think I said this before. The thing about Wale is that I had great stock in who Wale was gonna be.
I hate that nigga name.
And then Wale,
not Wale,
bad name.
It is what it is. But I thought he was gonna be huge. I thought he would be like the next Kanye, and then he wasn't that. And I just was like, I hate this. And he kept doing all these like, I only cater to female songs and Lotus Flower.
I think that's when he's best though. He's a poet,
bro. And I don't want to hear that shit. Every song is Lotus Flower Bomb. I didn't like him as an artist because he was doing poetry.
Well, I think that's what fucked him up though. He stopped as soon as he signed with MMG and Rick Ross and Meek Mill. He started making that type of music. And I think that's when
what type?
Flexing music, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like he stuck with the. Well, I mean, like I said, I cut him off. And me as an artist, I was like, I don't need you in my catalog, bro.
I feel you.
But I respect him as a lyricist and shit. I know he's talented. I don't like him as an artist, so I don't want to fuck with him. And he disappointed on a personal level. He disappointed me because I wanted him to be what I wanted him to be, which is unfair. As a fan and listener, that's an unfair thing to want from an artist. Mm-hmm. But that's what the world is. So you didn't do what I wanted you to do, and I didn't want to fuck with you no more. Yeah.
And that's literally what art is, bro. Because there's so many artists who gotten bigger, and I'm like, they're not nowhere near as good as when I like them.
That's how I feel
me
about
at that time, I fucked with this for this reason, and now they are appealing to more people, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, it is what it is. All right, are we you got anything else, or are we gonna just start getting into some shit? Because we spent like 80 minutes just on this shit.
I told you we could talk about the docket though.
All right, let's get into it, man. Let's
get into it. Question?
Go ahead, bro.
What does God look like to y'all? When y'all picture God, what does he look like?
All right, hold up. Let's stop for a second. I'm not about to let this shit fly. Nah, bro. Look, I came up with this question during the week. All right, and it's important. It's a couple key things I gotta touch on. One, a lot of people will say God and Jesus is the same person. I'm specifically not talking about Jesus Christ. There's a picture of Jesus Christ. I'll talk about it, but that's not what I'm talking about when I say.
You're not talking to Jesus, okay?
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, is that what you thought?
Because when y'all asked me the question first, it said Jesus.
No, I didn't say that.
I thought it said Jesus.
I didn't say that.
And I thought you was going to get into like how Jesus, they have him pictured as a hippie.
No, I think Chell wrote the question because I think I asked him to say it.
He did.
And Chell put not Jesus Christ.
He don't know different. He don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right. All right. Hey, hold up. Don't start right now. So So the whole idea is this.
Why you take your mic down when we talk about God, bro?
I just
Hey,
realized
don't get
I'm
crazy,
leaning
bro.
forward for no reason.
Don't get crazy, man.
Don't get crazy.
Don't get crazy.
Can we just?
Look,
Can you
first
just
of all, you
tell
don't even
this
know
will be
that
a crazy
guy.
episode.
Like this is a dude you don't know.
Oh shit! Chill, bro. Nobody start yet. Please hurry up. I got like 2 more points, my nigga.
They can try to talk as much as you. Go ahead, bro.
So look, fucking the whole thing
Get your
is that
points out, my fault.
in your brain, when you imagine God, the person who's supposed to be the creator or controller of the universe, right? The creator of man, the father of Jesus Christ, the creator of earth, the creator of night and day, these things. You know what I'm saying? What is the image of in your mind of what this person or thing looks like? And I'm starting with you because we know Chell. I know what it looks like to Chell. It looks like Hellboy. So, so what does it look like
Either that or
to
a
you,
fucking
Cam?
do-rag or
Repeated this joke.
But
Yeah, I had to. I had to. It was a good joke.
I always thought of God
Talking
as
to Mike,
being
dog.
more so. What'd you say?
Talking to your mic.
Yeah,
You
turned it weird. It's cool. It's cool, bro.
right.
Damn. He's like, they
I
go
always
agreeing with each
I
other.
always picture God as like a spirit, like energy, something that we can't see.
Okay.
I've never thought of him having. I think he could take form if he wanted to of a physical being.
It's a he though, for sure.
In my mind, is that sexist?
I'm not gonna say it's sexist.
fucking
It's
know.
just it's
Show
your
the
own view.
Ariana Grande shit. My God's a Woman. What's her song or whatever?
I don't know. I don't listen to Ariana Grande.
She had a big song though. It's like My God's a Woman. It was like
Okay.
real political. But yeah, I just think of God as a spirit, an energy, something that we can't see. But I do think he could take a form or whatever you want, if need be. But yeah, that's what I
God
think.
is an Avenger to Cam. It's like whatever form he wants.
If he
He's
wanted
like
to.
he like Beast Boy.
If he wanted to. If he wanted to. And Beast Boy is a DC, not Avengers, bro.
That's okay, bro.
That's wrong.
That's fine.
That's wrong, though.
Okay, okay, Chell. You see, you got the do rag on today.
Yeah. That's me.
He made sure it dripped out the hoodie.
Wave
too.
check.
Damn.
Not right
Yeah. Hey.
I need a haircut. Bad, bro. You didn't answer my text fast enough last week.
Okay. Relationship status is about. We
Yeah.
got.
Nah, Jill had a new barber for me, and
Oh, yeah.
I was bad because you was tweeting, bro. You was
Well,
tweeting.
let
My
me get-
text
hold
was
on.
being,
Let's stay on
unread.
topic, bro.
Go ahead.
Relax.
Chell, what does God look like to you? Can you answer that question?
I
even?
don't, I
not
can't.
really.
I can't answer it. I don't know. He either looks like me or there is no look for him.
I hope he don't look like you, bro.
I mean, I'm saying like everyone is their own God. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
but I don't.
That was actually a decent answer, bro. I'm not leaving front.
Yeah, that's all I got, man.
You got to talk with this one. I need to know I need to know both of y'all opinions. What does God look like to you in your brain?
I agree kind of with Cam, where it's like, it has no actual shape, but I don't think it's like a he or a she. It's just its own.
So all y'all do believe in God, though.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only Chell goes against the grain.
It's not that I don't. Yeah,
And
I
somehow
guess.
in
I'm
other
not
ways.
particularly religious, but I do believe that there's
Okay,
God.
but you don't have a religion
I'm Catholic.
because you grew up Catholic, or because
Exactly.
you believe in the Catholic way.
I grew up Catholic, and then I've had experiences where I'm like, oh, okay, like I believe, but I'm not religious. Like I'm not actively like in church or anything like that.
How does that work? If you believe
I'm a
in
bad
something
Catholic,
to
I
be
guess.
correct,
I got that.
How do you decide that?
I'll explain that.
Something
in a second.
as serious as religion. Go ahead.
Well, not religion. I'll talk about the whole shit. Andrew, you got to talk today, baby.
To me, God looks like Father Time.
What does that look like?
The fuck,
That
It's
Man
a
with
big
the long
clock.
like a wizard, with the long ass beard or something.
Right. That you know what's
I
funny?
don't know. I don't really like think about it. Like Chris, where I'm like.
Hey,
religious. I grew up.
Andrew never talks on the mic. This nigga said.
Where I grew up like Catholic, but I mean I'm not like super religious, so it's like not really. I guess I don't really think about it too much.
do you care?
To a certain extent,
All right.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
In my head, originally, this is what I'm gonna say. Like when I would say like if I was a kid, my thoughts, especially based on voice, like you ever see like movies, especially based on voice, I always thought God was this big, like you never see his be below like this line of his like body, but just this big man, like coming out the sky with like a big ass beard like Gandalf and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like Gandalf the white, not Gandalf the gray. And that was like the image, just some big white dude, low-key, like specifically like a big white dude. And so that was like consistent for a while, and then I got older and was like, it's no way God has a man form. It just doesn't make sense because there's so much in the universe that is created that or that exists. I don't want to say that was created, but that exists that doesn't have the form of man, right? And I know that there's literally a scripture that says that God created man in his image. And I don't think that in his image was physical body either. I think that part of being created in God's image is spirit. So that's why, to me, I'm like, well, God is for sure a force, a spirit. But where the question stemmed from was somebody asked this guy, right? And it might be like a fake story or whatever, but someone said, when you were in space, when you were like, when you hit the atmosphere or whatever, you was in space, did you ever come across God? And the guy's like, yeah, I did. And they were like, okay, well, tell us about God. And the guy's response was, well, I met God and she's black. And then and he wasn't like a black dude, you know what I mean? And so it was one of those things where people were like, oh shit, you know? But then it started this thing where it's like, well, where did we get our images of God from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we have our Hollywood movies or whatever, like anything. Like, what do you like? Where do you get your image of God from, bro?
Books, different things that they've
even the Bible
to
specifically.
God.
Like, yeah. See,
they kind of put them on that same little hippie type pictures and shit. At least that I've seen.
You ever think about the fact that like,
or Morgan Freeman?
I was just about to say. First of all, the only shit I see is Morgan Freeman, bro. Like that's it. I
mean, oh, Morgan Freeman's God.
His voice is for sure.
You know
God.
why Morgan Freeman could for sure be God? Because that nigga still ain't dead. That nigga's the longest living non-changing human. He's either God or a vampire. Like that nigga don't age.
Hey, this is kind of on top of, you know, that nigga
old as shit to me.
That nigga married his granddaughter, like his step granddaughter.
He married to her.
He like
step.
Yeah,
it's not that bad. I'm not gonna
and then she was like, when people found out she was like randomly murdered, it's like some weird shit with that.
Oh,
but go ahead about God.
Yeah, that's a cold way to just get back into it.
That's just crazy, bro.
Morgan Freeman is at least God's voice. Like if God gave his voice to someone, he gave it to Morgan Freeman.
That's tight. That's that. Hey, we got to get this audio bite to Morgan Freeman somehow. That's a tight little thing.
Do your best Morgan Freeman impersonation right now.
I can't even think about
from Bruce Almighty.
I can't. I the voice doesn't even build up in my body to do it.
There was once.
That nigga sound like Sam Cooke.
Hey, yo, Chris, can you do me a favor? Can you grab me a beer out the fridge right here?
This nigga Hank Hill, bro.
I know it's early as shit. I'm just like,
that was just
really thirsty.
We recording at 8 a.m. This nigga sick.
Niggas talked about me like having requests and shit. This nigga asking for beers and foot massages.
It would have been a lot.
Hey, Chris, can I get one too, bro?
I need an extra thing.
Can I get a beer too?
It's on the door right here.
Let's finish that conversation though, bro.
I forgot what I was talking about.
We're still talking about God. What do you look like, and what you was asking us? What do we think?
So you know what I was thinking, bro, is that language is limited. This is something that I experienced in Big Bear too, right? I was saying something to somebody about like what I'm like. I would have to go. The sentence I said was I would have to go let you do that. And then I was like, think about how that even sounds. I have to let you do, like I have control over you. That doesn't even make sense, does it? Mm-hmm. And so I was high, and so I just realized like language is so limiting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's no way to really. Okay, boss. This nigga. All right, Thanos. You want this nigga just. Thank you, bro. Okay.
Hey, good looking, bro.
Thank you, bro.
I don't want one. I'm cool, man.
Hide the label, bro. They didn't pay us.
This nigga.
Cut that check, Stella.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know. It was just one of those things. So that's what made me really think about like.
I agree with you though, because even like you think of the game telephone. I tell Cheo, go to the store by 7. By the time it gets to you, it's going to be way different. So you got to think people are telling the story of what God looks like from a long time ago.
Well, no, I don't think anyone's ever seen God either.
Maybe.
I don't think like, you know, even in, I mean, think about how Moses was supposed to have encountered God in a burning bush. That's like seeing energy. Yeah. Even to me, fire is a form of energy.
That's why.
Actually, specifically in certain instances, fire is for sure a form of energy. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say like, you want to say something?
I'm not even saying for the ones that have seen it. I'm just saying from the people.
He was just about to say something.
Who started? You was about to say something?
No, go ahead and finish, right?
Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say that a lot of the stories from the Bible, a lot of stories from the Bible are just that. They're stories.
Yeah.
And they're meant more to like teach and show lessons more than anything.
Yeah.
So they're like stories that just like fables kind of thing.
Yeah.
They just kind of turned into what they are.
I got a question for you, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Have you are you familiar with the Book of Revelations?
No.
All right, never
Talk
mind.
about it. What though?
Because it's pretty much, it just says a lot of things that's going on in current day and like how the world is going to end and stuff. I just thought if you read it, not maybe if you read it, if you had any like thoughts on it, like do you think it's like relatable? Do you think it makes sense what they're saying in Revelations? Do you think the things that it is saying in Revelations
I'm gonna answer for chill.
Is my question, do I think the world's going to end soon based off of the Book of Revelations?
No. I was just wondering if...
Like, I don't believe in, like, what's that, like, the rapture and, like, God revealing himself and taking people up to heaven and killing everybody else off and shit. Like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Chell's like, bro, I'm here already. It's happening. I'm here. I'm putting it in play right now.
You know what's crazy? We keep talking about Thanos, but somebody was saying, like, how Thanos...
Can you talk about this right now?
I'm talking about Infinity War, the first one.
Okay.
They were saying how Thanos was God, and he came to Earth and took his children back up to with them.
Yeah.
In the Infinity War with the snap.
I could fuck with you only 10% with that one.
No, I'm just joking.
Bro, this is what I believe about the planet, bro.
That was a good one.
Real quick, do you guys believe in aliens? And,
Yeah.
like, the universe and stuff?
Kind of.
And do you believe that God is the creator of all of that, right? Like,
do.
every single thing?
I do.
Stuff that we have never even
Stuff
come
we've never
close
seen
to-
before, I
to
believe
seeing.
God made.
And we're not necessarily the highest form of life.
That as
there
well.
could be something better and greater than us.
Or smaller and unseen to our own eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally... On Earth, even.
On Earth.
Not even out. 100%.
Okay, for sure. Because I genuinely feel like, we were talking about, like, what does it mean to be a human? And just kind of like just all this shit, right?
Yeah.
And I really feel like the human race is only really important to humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're super self-centered because we are humans, and that's just, we revolve around ourselves. But outside of us, we live in another living thing, which is the earth. And the earth is probably super important to the earth. You get what I'm saying? And we are not. And the same way we have cells inside of us, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we're the cells on Earth.
On Earth, exactly. Like, the way that shit lines up to me is like, to take it all the way back. You remember Osmosis Jones?
Yeah, but I have something to... Go ahead. I know exactly what you're talking about, though. Because how it's a whole universe in the body.
Exactly. Literally an entire universe in our body, man. Like, and we aren't necessarily good. We're like a cancer.
We're just what houses that universe.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like,
so we can... But look, let me say this, bro. I have to. That's the difference. That's another example of how I'm saying we're made in God's image as well, right? Because in the same way that he is the controller of what's all over, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Is the same way that we control the universe that's our body. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of our, bro, I know so much about, like, I've done so much research about epigenetics that we have so much control over how our body operates. And we give a lot of that control up because of our own beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the fact that if you believe something, it becomes real, because the placebo effect is a real thing. And there's a polar opposite to what the placebo effect is. These things are like all something that would suggest that we would have God-like powers, but over our own bodies. And if our own bodies are universes, right? Mm-hmm. And if one of our cells doesn't know the difference between traveling from right here to right here, because that's outer space, and you see what I'm saying? So but it's all at the same time a part of one thing. Like, Earth is still literally a part of outer space, and people forget that. Yeah, because we're so self-centered, and Earth is the center of the universe to people. You know what I'm saying? So that to me still suggests that scripture is accurate in the sense that we are made in God's image. That is another way to be made in God's image. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Of course, it's a reach still, but you know what I'm saying?
Everything. Yeah. I mean, the whole fucking concept of this is a reach, if we're being real.
Kind of.
But, like...
Kind of.
Like, I don't know. I just look at it as, like...
I looked at Cam.
It's a reach.
Hey, Cam's hurt. He like, my friend gonna go to hell.
That's a reach, too. You know, like I don't know.
It's not.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't believe in hell the same way I believe in heaven. Not because heaven's good and hell is bad, but I just don't give a fuck about the devil and his plans. You know what I'm saying? So much so that I can't give a fuck about this place that's supposed to exist for me negatively.
All right, hold on, real quick. Let me finish this point.
Yeah.
If someone is living right, and their body is, their whole universe, and a new life form is found in their body, right, and it's something killing them. It's a cancer.
Yeah.
That cancer, I picture it as humans. It's like they're just trying to survive in this new universe, right? And your body, the rest of your body, is like, oh, we got to get rid of this because it's taking our resources. It's killing us. So then you start feeding yourself all this medicine and shit, which now is wiping them out. But they don't know they're bad. They're just trying to survive, right? That cancer is just trying to take over and
I got
live.
something for that too.
You get what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about humans on this planet. Like, we are just taking the resources that we need to survive, but we are almost a cancer to this earth the way we are harming it. And then every time you get a little earthquake here, a little tsunami here,
bro, I got you,
a little blah blah here,
so cold
that's
right
just
now.
the earth like cleansing itself, like trying to take that little ibuprofen one time, that little antibiotic.
The way that you describe what the ibuprofen is me like scraping my knee. To me, that's the opposite. And you're saying like I took an ibuprofen, but it's like doing something to my body and killing off these things.
Yeah.
To me, I just killed 1 trillion cells by scraping my knee, and my skin cells all died. I damaged all of them.
Yeah.
Right? So the thing about cancer cells and regular cells is that they're not really that different from each other. Our cells duplicate, right? Mm-hmm. But cancer is damaged cells, right? And if you do the right things, like Dr. CB alkaline diet or something of that nature, without chemotherapy, your body's going to naturally cleanse itself in the same way that the ocean has a way of naturally cleansing itself if we assist in that. So we can't in the same way that we can heal ourselves of cancer is the same way the earth can heal itself. Now,
and that's what it does.
But wait. So the part about being like, oh, humans are like the cancer. No, humans are the cells. And some of these humans are damaged.
Yeah, you have cancer cells and regular cells.
Yeah, and so the damaged cells expand. You know how they say it's the wolf you feed? You know that saying? It's that. So if hate breeds hatred, if you're damaged and you have kids and your kids are damaged mentally, if you're going so against the grain, then we are going to be a cancer to earth. But there's an opposite.
But do you understand how a lot of it isn't on purpose either? A lot of it is just people being dumb or not even necessarily dumb, just not knowing.
It's where you put value at.
Yeah.
If you place value on
oil or
right?
just eat or just having like a easier access to life. You know
exactly.
what I'm
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then so we're agreeing, low key.
Literally agreeing.
Yeah, okay.
But what I'm all right. So
I just have my cancer thing was a different view. That's all it was.
To wrap my point up is because I believe that these things inside my body, these cells are alive, right? And I do believe that they have their own thought process and they do things on their own, right? Like they really,
it's an autonomous system that you have part of your body.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm with
I
you.
don't see that the cancer cells, once they're gone, going to a hell or a heaven or, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't see it being like, oh, this was an evil cell and this cell is going to live internally in some random place. And I feel that we are just as insignificant as the cells in our body that make us up.
Honestly, bro, that's a great fucking point. But at the same time, it can be argued that those cancer cells being destroyed is like going to hell. When you're outside of this environment that can be considered good or can be considered neutral, right? Mm-hmm. Which is what you know what I'm saying? Once the cancer is destroyed or removed from the environment, outside of our bodies could be hell. You see what I'm saying? So in a certain way, for that cell that you would say is like not as significant or doesn't have a place outside of the heaven and hell concept, our bodies healthy could be heaven. And that cell undamaged could be heaven in our bodies, and we treat our bodies right. And outside of our bodies or removed or however,
what you're saying is we could be living in heaven or hell right now,
to some extent. Not in the sense that Earth is heaven or hell. There is of course a thought that Jehovah's Witnesses have where we weren't meant to leave and go to heaven. That this was supposed to be our Garden of Eden, our version of heaven. We were never supposed to be with God. That's a Jehovah's Witness belief. Mm-hmm. So. If we use that as a like a catalyst for what I'm trying to say, then technically, that could be a thing.
Okay.
So it's just a lot, bro. So even in the way you could argue that like it's a super good ass argument, I could still argue the opposite.
You believe this planet is going to be around forever?
Honestly, bro, there's evidence that planets. Jesus Christ. What was I about to say?
You're about to say peasants.
That planets have been destroyed already. Not by somebody, but they've lived their life.
And
this planet could
feel
just be a life.
I feel the same way that this planet is a life, and I just can't imagine. Like I picture once this planet is gone, because this planet is, in my opinion, just one human, right? And we're all living inside of it.
That's
like
a good point too.
That planet ain't gonna go. I mean, I don't know, but I don't see there being like another heaven and another hell just for planets now. You know what I'm saying? Like the heaven and hell concept breaks up so much because there's so much living stuff.
But
that stuff has
forget,
a life.
Bro, that was my point of language being limited. You know, this is the best way that humans can understand the concept of what heaven and hell is, and we're restricted even by the concept. I mean, even if we weren't talking about the concept, just by the language we use to explain the concept, it's limited. That's the thing about my idea of God, is that I have to assume that it's the vastness could extend to planets.
Wait, so you
and
think
these planets could be like marbles? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
bro.
So
this shit goes. Yeah, this shit gets deep. Like,
you think Earth has a spirit?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like,
because I picture it as when you die, not you go to heaven or hell, your spirit.
Yeah,
so that's why I don't think Earth has a spirit to go to heaven or hell.
Why?
But
don't you feel
I
that
do
Earth
believe
has a
Earth
spirit?
has a spirit, because I believe Earth is living.
Do you get it? All right, so here's my thing with religion and this whole concept.
Yeah, but plants
and this can
living
just
too.
wrap up my whole shit.
You think they have spirits too?
You don't remember Native Americans picking plants and praying and saying, "I'm sorry that this," killing animals and saying, "This was a sacrifice and I'm going to use your body." And at the same time, that becoming a part of your body and your body becoming a part of the earth, and that whole cycle. And so, in a sense, that we could just be a part of the body and the spirit of earth. Like I know I'm fucking like making up this whole big thing, and it's hard to tie it all into each other. But it's totally possible that Earth has a spirit.
Bro, I just genuinely feel that, like, the only reason we have these feelings is because this is the only thing that we can feel, because we are humans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a human. I know what I feel like, which means other human beings, I can kind of get a gist of what their kind of inner feelings are. But I'll never be able to understand that about an animal or a plant or whatever. But that does not take away from the fact that those things are also living and have their own inner feelings and thoughts and process. And there's stuff inside of us that has that, and there's stuff that we're living in that has that, you know? So I just think it's real weird that we feel so almighty about ourselves that we're like, there's a God created us to be here, and if we don't do a good job, we're going to go to, this hell and that heaven. It's like, yo, what the fuck happens to everything else? Like, it's so specific. Like, religion is just so specific to human beings only that I'm like, I don't know.
You got to remember what you're saying. You can't understand what animal. You don't know what religion an animal has.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
The second thing is that you're saying that we feel we're so great, but to admit that there's a God is to literally admit that there's something greater than you.
That's just to answer the unknown question of, like, what happens when you die. And that's the most feared question ever, because we cannot tell you that answer. Yeah. So we need it, and humans are not okay with not knowing something. We're not. Like,
it's true.
Once you don't know something, you're like, oh my God, I need an answer right now. I have to have an answer.
Not everybody, but a large percentage.
Yeah. And if you don't have an answer, you make one up. It's just what happens.
Well, I mean, but that's what it is, because you have to make some level of understanding. And that's the flaw in trying to describe what God is.
Chimpanzees might be the only one who have the correct religion, and we don't know.
But that's the other part too, bro. Religion is an idea, and it's an institution. My boy Chris just said, like, he grew up Catholic, but he doesn't consider himself religious. Cam, same thing. Like, he believes in God, he doesn't consider himself really religious. And that's the same thing with me. I think most of our generation is kind of moving away from what the structure of religion is, because religion is low key. And this might sound fucked up, but the religion is low key inhumane. And it's a vehicle for basically dividing people.
For me,
Cam, you see Cam getting stressed out. What are you laughing at?
Nah,
Cam?
I'm gonna be real. My seat is uncomfortable. That's what the fuck it is, bro.
Well, hey, let's move on.
I just see Cam just like fussing and like moving around.
My legs and shit hurt him.
Let's move on from this conversation, because we're not going to come to no conclusion, but it was some good points made. Low key,
so you believe in God now? You're a Christian?
No, I definitely don't believe in any religion. To me, religion itself is the reach. Like, that's the reach.
If you had to believe in one.
If I had to believe in any religion, I don't know, I'd be Muslim. I'm just saying that. Like, I don't believe that at all.
What made you say that?
I don't know. It just seemed like the coolest one. There's more of them niggas.
Have you guys seen that show, Rami?
I've watched the trailer for it.
It's a good show.
Is it on? What's it on?
Real good. Hulu.
Hulu? I got Cam Hulu.
It's about a guy in New Jersey.
Who's
We all
Muslim?
use Cam Hulu.
Yeah.
Who's Muslim?
Yeah, he's Muslim. Yeah.
Honestly, bro, I only said Muslim because of Malcolm X. That's
kinda
really
like
the
exactly-
only reason.
But it's a
If
good
Chris
show.
was
It's a good show.
different
You got to watch it.
From exactly what Chris' answer was, if he was Muslim, that's what the show is about.
Mm-hmm.
A guy whose family and everything was brought up being Muslim, but he's kind of like, I like fucking girls.
It's like,
No,
it's
still-
like,
he was-
it's like,
he
what's
was
that?
like
Aziz?
But he's trying to be a better, better
Hold on.
What's that
human
Aziz Ansari
and
show?
better Muslim, huh?
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's-
no.
His name
that's
is
another
Rami.
one.
I want to reference
actor's
something
name is Rami,
that's
too.
similar.
Rami,
That's similar to what Chris was saying. There's a book if you don't want to watch a show and you want to read. There's a book by this lady named Ari. I think it's Ariane. I'll make sure I get the nah. It's Ariane Hassan. I believe her name is. And the book is called Infidel. You gonna make sure you find it for me, bro? Thank you. The book is called Infidel, and basically she grows up super religious, super Muslim. She used to wear the ultra thick, whatever the name of those things are, where you cover everything except your eyes. I don't know the name of it.
Oh, never mind.
And so, No, not just the head thing. The whole it's a whole name for the whole thing. That's her right there.
Let me see her.
Ayan Hirsi Ali.
Yeah, I couldn't remember her name. But this lady who grew up super Muslim, super, and that book is crazy. So she's from not Sudan, from Somali. She's a Somali woman who's Muslim. And I don't want to tell if anybody's gonna read the book. It's a crazy transition of what happens in the book. So I don't want to give any type of spoiler because it's worth the read. There's also an audio book if you don't want to read it. But you can get a real insight to Muslim religion to the point of like honor killings and religious rules and even the contradictions. I don't want to speak on it too much because I don't want to get murked for talking about Muslims. So we'll leave it at that. But definitely check it out.
Speaking of like movies and books and shit, have you guys seen the trailer for
Gemini Man.
No.
Lion King?
Hell no.
Have y'all seen that trailer though? With Will Smith.
Yeah, I seen it. But
Hold on, yo. There's a fucking there's a trailer for a movie that's coming out about abortion, and it's about a doctor or a nurse who's super like pro-choice and shit, and then it's so unrealistic, bro. They need her assistance in abortion, like in having her like kill the fetus and everything, and she goes in and she helps with it, and then she
is abortion illegal at this time or something?
No, it's legal. It's legal.
Is it called unplanned?
It might be. She actually does the abortion like in the clinic or whatever and sees it, and her whole life changed. She's like all of a sudden no longer pro-choice and she's pro-life, and she sees the wrong in abortions, and she just feels like she's just killed or been a part of killing millions of babies and just like a whole shit. But yo, I watched the movie. That might be it, bro. If you could pull up the trailer, do it. And it's like propaganda at its finest, my guy. It's literally.
I heard about this.
Well, I mean,
you haven't, bro. It's great.
I mean, it's kind of like if you look at any religious movie, there's always like a miracle that happens, and then the firefighter or the doctor who didn't believe in God sees the miracle, and they're like, "Wow, he is real. I believe now." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's more up in your face. But we've seen that story where they're like, "Oh, I'm amazed now, and I'm religious."
But
and I
I've just never seen
these people who were against people getting being welfare recipients, also being pro-choice, and they were like, "Well, how do you want us to not have kids, but you don't do anything for us to sustain the life past the point of being born or past the first couple years? It's difficult to raise a child, and it takes money. So if you're gonna force me to have this kid by not letting us have abortions, then you need to also foot the bill." Which is a grand argument. It makes sense. You need bread so the baby can eat. You need money. You need shit to, the baby has to sustain a life. I mean, the parent has to sustain the child's life is what I mean. But yeah.
I do think that, having multiple abortions and shit you're just an irresponsible person at that point.
Yeah, you can wear a condom or whatever.
Birth control. Like if you're so anti-condoms, then as the woman, you need to be on birth control, and when they come out with men birth control,
you need to be abstinent or take it in the ass. It has to be,
bro. Like that's what I'm.
Huh?
Isn't the men's birth control out now?
Oh no.
no.
We not no.
Yeah, I need version like 3.0. But.
Yeah, I just so I had talked to the homegirl Alyssa, and I got another story by Alyssa we could talk about too. I talked to the homegirl Alyssa, and I asked her like, "Hey, what you think about the male birth control thing?" She's like, "I think it's great." I said, "Well, what do you think about female birth control?" And I forgot what her response was because I'm like, female birth control is still not perfected. We talked about this before. Female birth control is still not perfected. The pH balance be fucked up. Girls be fucking around getting BV and shit. Can't have kids. Body be ruined forever. There's no way. You know my motto. I never sacrifice my dick. This thing right here got me through some times. So it's no way I'm taking some male birth control that can have me grow like a second anus. I'm just not about to do that. I don't care what study's been done.
Bro, I just know that when men birth control is like
perfected,
a thing, like really a thing that niggas is using. For one, ooh my God, y'all saw those Coachella statistics?
Herpes breakouts? Yeah.
Nigga, the AIDS and herpes statistics about to go through the roof, my nigga. Ain't no one gonna be using condoms at all. It's about to be real sketch out here. And
it's sketch out here now.
It's sketch out here now. It's gonna be real sketch out here when niggas is like, I can't get her pregnant because I got control of that. Oh yeah, don't
soon
even
as niggas can say, "Oh, I'm on birth control," it's over.
Dude,
that's gonna be like a little point at the bar.
You want to talk about the rapture?
You know I'm on birth control.
There
right?
you go, right there, bro. When niggas can control girls having babies or not, like that's crazy.
Do we know if it's a shot or a pill or what is it?
I don't know what it is.
And it's gonna be like in like 50 years, it's gonna be like, did a loved one of yours take?
Yeah,
blah, 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 blah.
Have you died from? Has you or a loved one suffered from Xanarak?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Do you have anal bleeding or sometimes
are
bleed
you
from your eyes?
Can you not get
like,
an erection anymore, and you're under the age of 10? Like, yo, it's like, oh shit.
My nigga.
All right, for sure.
We get a little edit, something.
And it's like, yeah, bro, it's over. The commercials are gonna be crazy. Same with these vape pens too.
Oh yeah,
they don't know shit about these yet.
Do you have vein discoloration and fucking some other thing?
Yeah. Have you or a loved one lost an eyeball?
Did your mouth fall? Like did your lips
Did
fall
get up
off?
and walk away one day? But
hold on. So my homegirl Lisa had this other story. She was in traffic, completely separate from whatever we were talking about before that. She was in traffic driving. This white lady is like giving her a hard time. The white lady pulls up on the side of her, and she rolls down the window and she's like, "What's up?" And the lady starts saying whatever shit to her, like talking shit. So my homegirl, being a black, she's half black, half Filipino. She looks at this white lady and says, she calls her a nigger. she calls the white lady a nigger, and then she dips out. And the white lady proceeds to like follow her, try to chase her down and shit. She said she pulled over and starts recording her. The lady leaves. Right, that's the story. And it's something really funny about a white person being called nigger to me. It also makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
especially if it hurt their feelings. If they got mad about it, that shit's funny.
Well, I can't understand. I know there's history behind the word nigger in black people, but I feel like black people today know, based even just off the definition and the fact that they specifically weren't slaves. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why get offended based on the definition and the person who made it, like the person who created the word, whoever that was, or at least the people who use the word derogatory, the most fucked up way you could use it, because I couldn't get the word. That's the person you should be calling a nigger, 100%.
Bro, I'm gonna be real.
It's funny.
The way words work,
yeah.
Or if someone says something with the intent of it being offensive, it's offensive. It could be anything. You could call somebody beautiful, but mean it in a bad way.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take offense to it if you were trying to offend me. Really, just because you're trying to offend me, not because I find that specific set of letters offensive. You get what I'm saying?
But it's the same thing with being like, you calling somebody like hunky or whatever the fuck, other white disses, cracker and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, to call a white person a nigger, or as Chris was saying earlier, like call a white person racist is extremely offensive to them. And it's funny. Like,
you know what though? Hunky, cracker, none of that shit affects white people.
No, it's not a good enough diss.
What if the whole time nigger is like they trigger word against them, like, I can't believe you did that.
It could
shit.
very well be.
Damn.
Well, that's why, like,
Somebody cracked the code.
You could call white people like all that stuff, and then they're like, okay. But as soon as you start like accusing them of being racist, I know a whole bunch of white people. They're like, oh, what? I'm not racist. Oh, hell no, you better not. It's just like they start acting,
because that's what they
crazy.
get in the most trouble for, is being racist. Like, white people get in trouble for two reasons: being racist or being rapist. Like that's
No, you forgot one more. They are fucking serial like mass shooter niggas.
Yeah.
and they don't even get in that much trouble for that. Like,
Yeah,
like
you find out they're a good person.
They'll
after
call
they shoot
them-
up the
yeah,
school.
Yeah, they should have school for like
how did this awesome American
yeah.
shoot up
Yeah.
1,000 people?
It'd be random.
And the white person
regular
and,
stuff.
and then the black person he shot was high somehow. Like,
Yeah.
like we found weed inside of his lunch bag.
I saw an article the other day where it said the story was somebody broke into this black guy's house and he shot him.
this nigga shot him, and they called him the shooter
Yeah,
instead of the
shooter.
hero.
Yeah.
A rapist broke in. He found him in his daughter's room.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
ready to rape his daughter, and he said he even told the dude
he
to
told
dip.
him to leave, and he wouldn't
And
leave.
the dude
yeah.
didn't dip, so he blasted him. I think he said he shot him like what, 3 times, 4 times, something like
It
that.
don't matter. It wasn't enough times. I would.
He died. The dude died, I think.
Yeah, I would have been still shooting them when they pulled up. That's how much I would have. That's my daughter. He would have had holes that would have been the outline of his body. It would have been like his skeleton, but bullet holes. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that he killed him, and the headline was like,
He
here's
killed him.
Here's what the shooter had to say. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, bro, they be doing us dirty, bro. We need our own news. Like, I know we need our own like media platform and shit, but we definitely need our own news outlet, specifically where it's at the very minimum unbiased
We don't,
to
man.
race.
We don't.
We do for sure.
Nah, I agree, we do.
News in general is so fucked up. It's just going to be another realm of you hear what you want to hear at the news you listen to because you want to hear what you want to hear. You know, like
it's possible, bro.
like
but
you listen to CNN for certain views, and then they throw on the one random like Uncle Tom nigga to argue with, but he's never gonna get his point off quite because
Yeah, 'cause the
they
other
got the
person
most unqualified Uncle
Yeah.
Tom nigga to argue it. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're
I've-
like,
I've seen this
he's an Uncle
argument.
Tom, and we're all right. And then on Fox, they fucking got all these motherfuckers who hate black people or minorities in general, and then they throw on the one person who's gonna make good points. Then they gonna cut him off short too. So all the
Yeah.
racist niggas is like,
What channel does Don Lemon come
we're
on?
right, and that nigga's
I don't know
wrong.
what the fuck Don Lemon is.
The news is all about ratings.
He's like
bro.
a famous black newscaster.
That fuck that guy. The
Don
nigga who was
Lemon?
giving Kevin Hart a hard time about some old tweets.
I didn't know you did that.
He's gay,
I've
right?
only seen
He's
him-
gay.
No, you're thinking of the other guy. Oh, I'm thinking of Noah, the guy who got in with Tommy Lauren. Noah, Trevor Noah.
Trevor
Noah. I
That
like
nigga,
him.
that nigga got caught
Don
stealing,
Lemon does suck though.
Trevor Noah got caught.
stealing some jokes. Yeah.
He has
Well, he
writers.
has writers,
He has
so-
writers now, so I don't know if I could hold that against him.
He probably don't even know.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
it's a little bit. Unless it was just like stand up comedy or something.
He got called out for it though.
I don't know.
Like by
That's
the
other-
dude, and dude was like, like you stole this joke, and then they caught him stealing jokes again. So I mean, either he needs to fire his
He
writing
needs to
staff and
fire-
get some new
he's-
ones,
or he's fucking up.
or he was purposely like, whatever. I'm gonna just twist it a little bit.
Honestly, he's funny enough to where I would still watch him, but I don't like that. And if he doesn't stop, I have to stop fucking with him. I'm not gonna lie.
He took over the Daily Show from what's his name?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, I was asking, but
Oh yeah, he did. I don't know if it's specifically the Daily Show, but he took over someone else's show. It was Jon Stewart's old show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that.
The first nigga you talked about though,
I know you talking
trash.
about gay dude.
I
Don
hate that
Lemon.
guy.
He's gotten better though, but he still sucks.
He's just
Well,
trash, bro.
You don't want to talk about how slavery affected white people, which I think.
Go ahead, bro. This was a point that you wrote in.
What you think?
Yeah,
Which means you had a point.
That was the whole point. I wanted to ask to see what y'all views were on it.
Okay. How do I feel like slavery affected white people? It just made other people look at white people like they're evil, which for what their ancestors did, it was evil.
Their answers.
yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
What their ancestors did was for sure evil, and I don't know, man. I don't even
think
know
it just
how to explain
They
slavery.
put money in
bro.
their pocket.
Yeah, it set them up
Back
and it
Yeah, set them
Yeah.
up, and you look even
I mean,
now.
in
if
a
you look
negative,
even
in a
now,
negative way, I got like how slavery affected them, because it put money in their pockets. There's some people who are gonna say, I've never got any of that money.
well, I'm saying, look
But
at now. They still making money
white.
off of making movies about it.
That's true.
They make a fucking movie every
not
week
everybody.
about
You seen
it.
the Ancestry.com commercial?
That's a certain.
Yeah, you feel me?
Certain
Oh,
amount.
Yeah,
God.
but I'm
But
saying
this is
there's
that
still.
but he's
commercial
talking about
was
white people in general.
fucked up.
But I'm just saying, there's still
what'd
like
you
white
say?
people still making money off of it. Like to this day, what was the movie?
But like
it
I
just
said,
came
it's
out
not
with
all white people.
Talking about the birth of a nation. the
It's
second
not
one?
all white people.
I'm
that
talking
are
about
making money off of
Taraji
it.
P Henson. She has a movie coming out
Nigga,
called
any slavery movie, white people are making money off of it.
Of course.
Yeah,
They
I'm
own
just
all
saying it's
major
not us
studios.
putting out those slavery movies. It's just it's a money game. Till this day.
What were you gonna say? What you thought? how slavery affected white people?
I agree the same thing with Joe, just that it makes them look a certain way. I mean, some people are racist, blatantly racist, but most people or not, like white people are not racist. And they have kind of like the stigma that they had some kind of, like at least white people today had some kind of like part in what happened back then, but they did.
I got a question. It's kind of messed up, but if you had to put a percentage on it, how many of the percentage of white people, how many you think are racist?
To be
20%,
honest,
30%, 10%, 5%?
I would go 90.
Whoa.
Yeah, but there's a reason why.
Because they don't know it?
I think that it's unfair. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's unfair, but the reason why I would say 90 is because you have to first be aware of the situation that you're in. You know what I mean? The argument with racism is this, because we always have that argument: is can black people be racist and this and that? But when we can only be racist in view, not in an oppressive way.
Yeah,
black people, Latinos, anybody really that's not white can't systematically oppress or affect white people's lives through racism. I can't stop. Put it like this: let's say I own one business, right, and I want to stop a white person from working at that business, even though there's laws in place to like combat that. They can go get a accounting job at Chase or whatever. They don't have to come work for AMF corporations. You know what I'm saying? So I can't systematically stop. I can't red line and just stop them from getting a house in a black neighborhood. I can't do that. They've done that with us. They've done that when it came to the banking system and stopped us from getting loans. So we can't affect their lives the way that they can. Even laws, bro. All of Jim Crow was fucking like, specifically, it didn't benefit black people at all. Like if segregation was really like, okay, we're going to keep everything separate, but everything that was separate was actually equal, segregation actually wouldn't have been that bad. But because it was like, oh, you got to drink out the shitty water fountain, you can't go where you want to go and eat at these establishments, and we're going to make sure you feel the effects of being lower than us, visibly and just experience-wise. You know what I'm saying? You don't even cross over here. We're going to police you differently. Yeah. And the laws that, if you look at a white woman menacingly, that's a crime that you can do 12 years for at the time Jim Crow was in place. So it's like there's no way we could even reverse something like that and implement that. In that sense, that's where my 90% would come from, because those effects are still alive today. But I'm not saying in the way that like white people are like, I hate niggers.
Yeah, I get you.
No way. Yeah. I would never say 90% of white people. Nah, it's not. That would be so inaccurate that it would be totally just, that would be racist in the thought in itself. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But there's the other. Did you want to say anything, bro?
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you completely finish your point, bro.
Yeah, Chell's like, I got a whole.
Hey,
remember when fucking Neo and Trinity was about to go like save Morpheus?
Yeah,
that's Chell right now. He like in the middle of just a white spot and all the guns is coming.
I just hate the argument. Like, it really bothers me when people say that minorities can't be racist. Go ahead, though.
Well, you heard my reasoning why.
He was saying not, on that level,
not
of oppressing a certain race.
Thought, but in systematic.
Yeah.
And there's you could
definitely have a minority
bro,
hate a different race.
Well, let me say, if you can combat what I said and have like solid points behind that, that's a really good combative like argument. Kudos to you, nigga, because I don't see in what way you could say. Don't say it yet, because I got one more thing, but I just don't see how you
gotta
can do
start
that
wrapping
shit.
up too.
Well, anyway, nigga, so it's such a good episode that I'm like, But the other part is that the race conversation is a conversation that white people really have among each other or with us. Like, it's not a wide conversation, and so the way I would, and this is in my own view. This is an adopted view, right? White people haven't really dealt with slavery, or dealt with not just slavery specifically, but dealt with how black people were treated. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that, like, even put it like this, the Holocaust has happened, and then it was talked about, and it was 80 movies about that shit. And it has been like, fuck, this happened. This was so evil. But they were able to put that on Hitler and Germany. You know what I mean? And Germany paid for that. You know what I'm saying? Like not just even the country of Germany specifically, but the people. Some people died over that. That's just what it was. And even to this day, you can still suffer from the effects of that. Let's shorten it up. But when it comes to slavery, this lady who had all these views were amazing, and I'll make sure I will link it in the show or somehow.
Bro, are you talking about the old white lady who has that class?
Not Jane Elliott, who I love.
Oh,
not
the
her.
one that be treating them people.
This
class
this
is so
lady
good,
I'm talking
though.
about is a black lady from South Central.
Okay.
Who has 3 advanced degrees and is just so smart. But she's a black lady from South Central, so she had, before she got all those degrees, she had the black experience. The South Central black experience. So the most qualified person to talk on it, in my opinion, was this black lady. And the views that she said, she was just like, black people went through slavery and they got out of slavery. Was there any therapy for that? She was like, you don't think that them suffering had any post-traumatic stress problems?
PTSD for sure.
Right, but was there any large forms of therapy? Nah. She's like, okay, so
I think we get PTSD just from living in the hood in general.
There's
Dealing
that,
with our
but
own stuff.
we're not going to even go that deep, bro.
Yeah.
Just specifically from the effects of slavery, right? Because it's not you. You didn't go. You're not a slave. Child, I'm not. So you see what I'm saying? But the people who were slaves, for sure, had it, right? And the people who went through the Jim Crow era and saw black people hanging and stuff, for sure, had some form of PTSD. We could agree on that, right? So now this person, because the effects of PTSD, there's like the common behaviors of PTSDs are these things, which is like erratic behavior, yelling, a poor outcome on life, like believing that you're gonna die younger than you're actually, than you're supposed to believe, just shit like that, right? Crazy outbursts for no reasons. They're like, so now you got this person who has PTSD, no therapy, they have kids, and the learned behavior is what you get from a parent, right? And I'm gonna cut it short because I want to hear your point.
Go ahead, bro.
But the learned behavior you get from a parent, now the child who wasn't a slave and didn't experience any of that is taught and gets the behavior from a broken person. So the child is broken by default. This is similar to our cancer situation. You know what I'm saying? So her whole argument and every point that she was making, I'm like, God damn, this lady is like a genius. You know what I'm saying? And for her to not be as popular as she should be, because her points were. Anybody, there's no one who could combat that. It was just a sound ass argument. I'll make sure I get the information to the listeners some way if y'all care.
It's 100% facts. It's 100% facts that black people are broken based off of the things that we had to go through in order to be in this country.
Yeah.
From the time we were brought in as slaves, that we were bred as slaves, to slavery ending, the whole era of Jim Crow, to the 90s and the race riots and shit going on, to right now, which is very close to what was just going on. You know what I'm saying? There's no way, as a black person from the United States of America, you don't feel repressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't feel some sort of like, this whole shit is out against me. You know, like the system is literally fucked up, you know? And all that is facts. And it's going to take so much longer for us to fully recover from that. I see it getting better. You can see the progression. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we're moving backwards. You definitely see, like, okay, we're getting to a certain point.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a very long time for it to get there. You know what I'm saying?
You ever heard the argument about, like, black people live a different time than white people? Not like lifespan, but in the sense that a black person kind of lives in the past and in the present versus a white person has a timeline that's basically just a linear straight timeline. They live right now and they just have whatever the fuck they got.
Why? Because we have to understand what we just went through.
Not even the understanding. The fact that we could say something that is 2019. I can say something today happened randomly just 50 years ago. We could Google it even, and it would be accurate. Like, someone was lynched this year.
Yeah. Someone, a few people.
Well, I was only gonna say one, right? And so, and also, there's slavery in some Arab countries, like actual slavery, not similar to what the slavery we know.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to say when you think about like our outcome or our views on what the future is supposed to be versus someone who's not black. You see where I'm going with this, kind of. You know what I'm saying? No. So the point that I'm trying to make is that our life and our time is just different. Like
Because we're still battling things from the past, is what you're saying?
No, because our future is so similar to our past. Yeah, it's gotten better in the sense that I can eat inside McDonald's. If I go inside a diner, if I go inside a 50s diner today, I could eat there. But in the 50s, I couldn't have. You know what I'm saying?
It's gotten better in the sense that I could fuck a white girl right now and nothing happened to me.
That's
Versus,
true. That's true.
Nigga, I whistle at a white girl and get beaten to fucking death, and nothing happened to the people who did it.
And I'm with you on that, right? But in a certain state or around in a certain environment, you could fuck a white girl and get killed.
Yes,
Still.
facts. Also,
So
in a
that's-
certain
Also,
environment,
what she say too.
huh?
Off of just what she say too. She
Yeah,
could
yeah,
definitely,
100%. But
say you
also-
raped her and everybody believe her.
Same thing could happen if I fuck a black girl and she say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
They might not believe the black girl the way that they'll believe
would-
the white
It,
girl.
you
But
said
wait.
might not being the main thing right there, but
Okay.
they can also.
Well, I'm gonna
They
let you-
can,
I
but-
talked a long time, bro. I'm gonna let you make all your points. My fault.
You're good. Also, I could kill a white person right now and get off.
Possibly, that's true.
Especially if it's self-defense or something
Yeah,
along
yeah,
those
I know-
lines.
I know what you mean.
There was a time where that's not even a thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's almost getting to the point where I could hit a cop and get off. You know, like it's the progressions are so slow, and I mean so slow, but there is progression. It is a thing.
Yeah.
It is coming to like all these niggas are about to die soon, and it's got to be a younger generation that's super influenced by black culture, single-handedly. Like we control the culture right now.
That's true.
You know, and it's only getting worse or better. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Depending on who you are.
Depending on who
Yeah.
you are, it's only getting worse or better. And we're about to get to a point where it's like, oh, okay, that's just gone. Oh man, I can't hear
God
myself
damn,
right now.
boy.
It's about to get to a point. It's about to get to a point where it's like, all right, well, all that's gone, and it may not happen in our lifetime, but I see it happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know for a fact right now that that people can be racist. You know what I'm saying? To say that someone black or a minority can't be racist is taking a lot of power out of your own hands. You know what I'm saying? To say that you believe
racist-
you believe in energy, right?
I do, but I need. Yes, I do. But
Yeah, but
when
you had to
when
hear the way he was saying being racist.
Hold on.
I understand.
Well, no, but
he's
that's-
talking systematically.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say. I need your definition on racist. When
It's
you, when
obvious
you, when
that a
you
black
explain your
person can
energy
just
point.
hate a race.
yeah.
Yeah, nobody's not saying that.
Okay,
Well,
but
let him give his definition.
What I'm saying, dude, that's
Yeah.
the definition of being racist is you for no real reason
Other than race.
Yeah. is disliking an entire race of people based off of skin
That's-
color or
That's prejudice.
so being racist is you being able to take away things from people systematically. That's what being racist is. All right.
Are you saying this or are you looking it up?
I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Prejudice is not liking a certain race, and racism is you doing something to hold back a certain race or saying or doing
There
something.
it is.
Well, but I did ask for
I'll double check
in
it
all
just to confirm it, but there is a difference between racist and prejudice.
In all fairness, I did ask for Chell's definition though. So thanks for that.
All right, but
if your
to be
definition-
fair, even
yeah.
based off of that definition, I can be racist, or me and my peer group can be racist at a lower level. You understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, when we hit our 20s,
Yeah.
maybe not racist, but I can make middle school and high school miserable for somebody. You know what I'm
That's true.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
for an entire race of people, I can make this shit really bad for y'all. And
That's true
And to
in
the
that
point where it's going to
institution.
fuck you up mentally. You know what I'm saying? And hurt you. You might have to switch schools. You might end up homeschooled. You might, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And need therapy as well.
And that
Yeah.
is an institution, nonetheless, that can affect your life in the future. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And if you're breeding that, like, you can't even be racist to your kids right now, then they go to school with that mindset and they do these certain things to these other kids. And now those kids are just going to react because every action gets a reaction. You know what I'm saying? And that reaction might fuck your kids up later down the line. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's much easier right now to just teach the good from the bad and right from wrong and be like, this is wrong.
But
You
you still gotta
can
be
do
real.
this. And yeah, let them know the
So,
realness of
You
it.
still got to be definitely real with your kid.
But you definitely got to preach the, like, yo, just you got to love everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I really fuck with your point heavy. The only part that has like I don't know if it's, I'm not saying your point has a gap in it, but there's one part of it that I feel like not the point, not your point, but there's one part of just my thought process that's like the flaw in this is that our environment is kind of racist. So let's say you do what your child or you specifically or whoever does whatever things to make it bad for one race or for that child or whatever, because that's kind of like, it's kind of individual, but you are right. You can make in that institution of school make one group feel bad, and you can in that institution oppress them to the point where it has an effect on them outside of that institution. So that's totally possible. The problem is that outside of that institution, and even maybe that institution, like what you did to affect them, yeah, you were right. You did oppress them in that. But the institution itself may benefit them. Outside of that institution may benefit them. So as they grow, they'll still have that conflicting view. The one view that supports them being superior or whatever the case
is that institution that they were placed in the first place.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even that institution could aid them. You may have whatever effect you have, but that institution. All right, well, damn.
Yeah,
the
you gotta go.
It's my mom's birthday, bro.
You can go.
Oh,
man.
well,
All
no, I fuck with you. That's I can't do that with moms. I'm 100% with you on that one.
I mean that, and it's just like, I know I have felt like, I mean, if racism is the wrong word and prejudice is the word,
yeah,
prejudice to me is worse than, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
okay, a system being fucked up. Damn, all right, I can't go get this job, right? Like, I now have to try harder to get this job.
I'd rather you hate me than stop me from getting a job.
No, because would you rather be killed based off of how you look and not, you know what I'm saying? Like, one is I can't get a job, and one is I'm going to lynch you.
Nah,
I'm
but
not
both of
saying-
them are part of the same system.
Not
Nah,
everybody
bro.
being
Nah.
The hate.
How?
Because one is a law. You see what I'm saying? And that system was put in place by people based on hatred, right? So that's that part of racism. But that was that vehicle. You know what I mean? The other one was lynching. I said it backwards. One was a law, that was lynching. What was the other one? You can't get a job.
Can't get a job.
You created that system to where you can keep people out. It's not a law. It's not legal. But there's still something in play, policies or whatever may have you, right? Or if it was just segregation, just to make it easier for me, then that's a law, and it's set up to benefit.
Based off of his definition, they can't be the same.
How is it not?
He just said one is systematically like, job, school, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
All
that's
that is
racism.
fucked up, right?
Yeah.
That's racism. But being prejudiced, you literally hate someone based off of their
Yeah,
color.
but not everybody prejudice is lynching people.
Bro, you could get jumped by a bunch of cholos right now just because you're black,
That's true.
Yeah.
and that's racist. I mean, it's not
My fault.
racist.
So
That's
then-
just
so then
prejudice.
you were right, bro. My brain said lynching and then nothing being done about it. I looked at lynching as like the historical people got lynched and nothing happened to them.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
current day right
Yeah,
now.
my
You know what I'm
fault.
saying?
So
I would much rather.
I was wrong in that
like prejudiced people start to disappear, and the laws will change in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Bro.
I don't know if that's a valid for sure.
As these niggas is dying, bro, come on. You
This
gotta
is
think,
what Florida
weed is
just did.
legal right now.
This is what Florida just did.
Florida,
They
is
just
stupid.
They just
dog.
passed a law to arm teachers with guns.
Oh, they
Hey,
really
I-
passed
They
that?
passed
I heard
Okay.
another thing about where something happened and there's a lot of backlash. I don't know the deepness of it. If you can look it up, we can look it up for the next episode or something, whatever. But where they had passed a
Nigga,
law
Chris
or a
is asleep
bill.
over there. Oh, I thought your eyes was
Nah,
closed.
you just couldn't see because they had a glare on his glasses. Nah, but there was a law or bill or something passed where teenagers could have guns. Not teachers, teenagers, my nigga. I was like, what?
All right, there's something we got to know about. We just need to know this about Florida. The white people and the black people in
crazy.
Florida
Are crazy.
are fucking dumb, nigga. Like, and there's certain shit that happens in Florida that
Hey,
if
my
it
niggas
happened,
that I know in Florida, that I know personally, not y'all.
Yeah, I know a couple
Just to remove y'all cool ass niggas that I fuck with.
But I bet they got some dumb homies.
yo, talking to your mic.
I bet they got some dumb homies.
And there's just certain things that happen in Florida that if that shit was to happen in LA or, New York or something like that, it would have been handled differently. Not from the law aspect. Niggas would have took care of some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, to a certain point,
If George Zimmerman lived in LA, would he be dead right now?
he would not be in LA or he would be dead right now. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because George Zimmerman
You don't
still
know?
lives in Florida,
I don't know.
right?
Oh, I know. For sure.
I don't know about that. But I get what you're saying, but I don't know. I don't think LA is that about it, as y'all say, or savage, as y'all.
I don't know,
would
bro.
say.
Bro,
hey,
niggas get killed
I was
for
talking
less.
to like some of my hood homies when TMZ came to his house and shit for the Nipsey stuff.
Yeah.
And I just happened to see him last night. Who was talking? I don't know,
Bro,
You don't think
we
Zimmerman
had-
ever been out here since this
don't
whole
know.
shit? That nigga did a whole press run about how you killed this nigga.
I ain't seen him spotted. Like I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be real. I really don't see his life being the same if it had happened out here, and it would not have happened out here. You know, like
Yeah,
because it could not have happened out here.
Well, yeah, that is true. He would have
Because Florida's fucking stupid, dog. Like that's
sure.
like, and
Well, our laws are different too.
Our-
We don't have to stand your
but
ground.
that's
so-
what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
Like-
he would have for sure went to jail out here. So you're right.
our
Yeah, there's nothing I can say
and
about
shit
that.
is going to progress, but it's going to take so long, man. Like so long. There was a time where you couldn't even be in the South. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
Still can't.
There's something I know we got to wrap up, so I wanna wrap up with like a hot take, and I don't know what it is. That's why I'm opening my phone.
In game, you want to talk about in game?
Hold up, somebody had
We
fucking
should-
said.
Should we talk?
something
Should we talk about that?
We give niggas one more week, so we could really talk about.
So
the
we-
next
yeah, so-
podcast.
No,
That
let's
way-
talk about that shit. That shit just
That's-
came out.
That way it's fair. I feel like,
It's fucking 12:40.
and then we don't even have time to talk about Chill and his fake ass love. So next episode we for sure talking about. Look, next episode we gonna talk. The last episode that I missed, and shout out to my boy Stino who took my place. Right, Chell and
Definitely.
it was a love conversation, and me and Chell and Chris, everybody pretty much got into like our group chat conversation,
Group chat was lit.
and it got real lit. So the next episode,
Andrew said he had like 250 messages when he when
You didn't watch. You didn't even care, Andrew. You believe in love, Andrew?
Andrew
Give
don't
him
believe
the mic.
in group
Give him the
messages, nigga. For one,
I ain't mad at him. I hate group messages.
Eh?
You don't
y'all
believe-
niggas might be the same type of nigga in a group message.
I've never really like been in love. Like
Savage. Tell it, nigga.
I mean,
Go ahead. Fuck
I've been
girls.
in lust, but not love.
Yeah,
It's different.
it's different out here.
All right, but you
Chris, you been
love
in love?
people. You have
Yeah.
people you love.
Looking back, you think you was in
hold
love,
on.
or was
Give,
it lust?
Give Andrew the mic. Give Andrew the mic.
It was a combination of both.
I mean, I love my family. I love my parents.
Yeah.
Everybody.
In
But I've
love,
never,
though.
like been in love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you do think it's a difference between being in love and loving like your parents.
Yeah. But I mean, that also falls in the category of being in lust. It's a fine line.
Oh, don't trip, bro. You should have read the group message. I had. Hey, Chris, give Chris a mic. Tell him, boy. I was.
He was sniping
baby
sniping
ass
over
guy.
here.
Bro, look. When I said I was killing this nigga Chell, you couldn't.
Bro, talk about it right now.
He was killing
We
you,
can talk
nigga.
about it right
He
now,
was
bro.
killing you,
We
bro.
can talk about it
Nah,
right now.
it's not.
We can talk
When we
about
got
it right
more
now.
time.
We don't have
When we
enough
got more
time.
Cam
time.
gotta go. We can stay here and talk about this shit right now, bro.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
Cam didn't want no smoke anyway. He bowed out.
I did.
you?
I'm not gonna be the nigga always argue on the podcast. Y'all niggas argue.
This nigga bowed out. Cam was like, I want no smoke.
Well, as soon as I get a more
I'm
comfortable
gonna save
seat,
it.
I'll
I'm gonna
start
save it
arguing,
for the
bro.
next.
We'll save it. Next
got
next
10?
week we'll
I'm
talk about
cool with
less
it.
serious things. How about that?
Yeah.
Love will be one of them. What was one that I want to talk about before we wrap up? Are we gonna save in game for next week? Give people
Yeah, we
another.
can save it.
Okay,
Oh my god, it's not even gonna be
Man.
popping by then.
maybe not.
I think niggas would appreciate that because not everybody got tickets.
That
this
way they
weekend.
ain't gotta get
That
no
shit was sold out.
spoilers.
That shit was crazy. I wanted to. You got tickets today already?
That's what that is, bro. I remember now. The last I want to go out on this one. I said I remembered, but I lied to you. I totally just forgot right now.
I had something
Wait,
I wanted to talk
quick
about
question,
too.
Chad. You got your tickets already for in game today?
Oh nah.
Oh, you're not seeing it.
Yeah,
I
probably
looked
not
all
gonna
day
see
today,
that
bro.
shit.
I was trying to get tickets. I was like, after I go see my mom, go see that shit. Everything is front row.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna. See
I just got a
just
notification. Avengers Endgame earned a stunning 1.2 billion
Damn.
with the global debut this weekend. 1.2 billion in a weekend, nigga. Crazy. Bro.
That's what it was, bro. I remember now. It was because Nipsey died, right?
You saw the girl tagging?
No, I did see that stupid shit.
It was like in Tennessee.
Yeah, man, but I don't got enough information on it. When we find out more, we'll talk about it on the next episode.
What about the girl tagging?
Yeah, so we know that she tagged and had something to do with her boyfriend or something like that. And she was like going through something. But she
what did
defaced
you wanna
a-
talk about?
A Nipsey mural. But when I'm sure we'll get more info later and we'll be able to talk about it for real. What I want to go out though, but in a hot take type of way, is Nipsey passed away, and you see kind of what happened from it, right? Who y'all feel like we need to celebrate while they're here right now? Like the people we need to protect and celebrate and give them their praise. Nipsey getting all the love after he died. Same with Mac Miller Same with X. Even though I wouldn't put him.
Mac,
always like
Mac
that.
Miller got a lot of love while he was on this planet, bro. I felt like Mac Miller knew he was loved.
Nipsey. I don't feel like that for sure. Though.
Definitely not. The amount of people on the Nipsey bandwagon after his passing is sickening. Like genuinely, genuinely.
I agree.
And that's personally why I have not posted or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've talked about it with y'all, like and privately of how I feel. And I wasn't a fan of his music beforehand, so I'm not about to jump on the bandwagon and be a fan of his music.
Did you listen
now
to
that
his
he passed.
music after he passed?
I've given.
Did you become a fan?
Everybody a shot.
Was you just not? Fan
I've listened to his music when he was alive, bro. Yeah. Like I'm just not a fan of his music.
Yeah, I'm still
not
not a big fan of his music, but there's songs that I like for sure.
He got
like Blue Laces too. Is fire.
His voice for me never pierced through the beat the way it was supposed to.
Listen to his last album before he passed away.
And that's how I feel about Big Sean.
Okay, there you go.
But also I didn't listen to Nipsey.
What's funny is
you like Anderson .Paak.
When Big Sean first came out, I had a really hard time with his voice too. I felt like his voice wasn't dominant enough to be a rapper. But the more I listened to him, I got what I was like. To me, his schemes were just too good for me not to give it more of a shot. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this nigga can really rap.
Yeah.
And then his voice grew on me fast as fuck.
What you about to say, bro? You about to say you forgot?
What was we just talking about?
Hold up.
Well,
talk about
to know
people that we need to
people
celebrate.
Oh yeah, I got the people. At least I got one person.
Let me hear what you want to say.
Snoop.
Damn, a legend. That's a West Coast legend.
You don't feel like we celebrate the fuck out of Snoop?
Everybody loves Snoop.
I feel like we love Snoop, but I don't think we celebrate
think
like
we
his
need to-
accomplishments and everything he's done for LA and like.
Does he have a star?
Snoop got.
He just got one like last year. Remember, he thanked himself and shit.
We celebrate this dude, bro. Snoop is solidified.
Not
At
the
least
way
in
he
LA.
should be.
At least in LA.
But
I don't know about
Snoop
everywhere
is for sure a
else.
legend. I just feel like he should have that.
He should have his roses.
know what I
That's
mean?
just somebody I think that deserves his roses. Snoop, Cube, Dre, 50 Cent.
Those people are. I feel like
50, yeah,
in
heavy.
comparison to Nipsey, I feel like they are loved though. So
You know what we need?
what's up?
A hip hop Hall of Fame. There's a
I
rock
think
and
we
roll.
have one. I think
Do we? Why do we always put rappers in
Can
the
you
rock
look
and
that
roll
up? Do
Hall
we
of
have a
Fame?
hip hop?
Yeah, I would rather them be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Why?
Well, I saw where Gene Simmons was
Pop
mad.
Hall of Fame. Or
Was
whatever.
it Gene Simmons?
Maybe
I don't want to say it
Music Hall
wrong.
of Fame.
But Gene Simmons was mad. Was like, you're not gonna see Coldplay in the hip hop Hall of Fame. You know,
I'm okay with that statement. That's
he was
true.
mad that him and Ice Cube had like beef over that. Was it Ice Cube
You
or
gotta-
somebody? Him or Ice Cube had like beef over that or something though. Like, cause Gene, I hope I'm not saying the wrong part. I want to say it was Gene Simmons though. He was just mad that rappers kept getting in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was like, they need their own Hall of Fame.
Honestly, I have to kind of agree with that.
Cause he was saying none of our people gonna be in y'all Hall of Fame.
Because we don't have a Hall
Well,
of Fame.
it's not gonna happen, but it's true. We don't have a Hall of Fame, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is the Music Hall of Fame right now.
And rap is the new rock and roll, bro. Rock and roll is gone.
that
That shit
is
does not
also-
even
that's
fucking
also
exist
true, too.
anymore. And rock stars are literally rappers right now. Like rappers.
You mean as far as how the fucking how it flipped, how it kind of
Yeah, bro. I'm talking about the obsession over the like musician that from the fans.
Well,
I'm talking about the certain lifestyle that
look at
these
the way-
niggas used to
I'm
live.
fucking
Even the way they
down
dress
all the way
almost.
to the way they're dressed is all like, yo, rap took over rock. And now rap has gotten so diverse that there's subgenres. There's like when
grunge rap,
nigga,
there's,
yeah, like when ASAP Mob first came out, that was the equivalent to like punk rock, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, now you got niggas hitting fucking country. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
But it's
true,
still
too.
rap and like, bro,
Speaking of that,
we're
y'all saw
taking
how,
over music in general. Like, this
They've
shit's
been
crazy.
promoting only Billy Ray Cyrus as the number one.
I've seen it, and he's
yeah, they
but
took
he's
Lil
been-
But
Nas.
on that song,
Yeah, they're like, shout out to Billy Ray Cyrus for having the number one song on the Billboard charts.
hey, you know what? That's cool because my boy's still getting paid off that motherfucker.
It's kind of cool, but make sure you give me my credit. But Billy Ray Cyrus has been good about that. Back to what I said originally. Who do you feel like we need to celebrate right now while they're here?
Shaq, that's another nigga.
Yo, you talk about the most celebrated niggas ever right now.
I don't think so.
I think Shaq is loved, bro.
Like,
I think he's loved.
nigga got a statue.
Yeah, he got a full statue, bro.
Well,
Bro, he means someone like Nipsey where if they died right now, we'd be like, oh, but no one even is really listening to
I
that
got
nigga
a
right
person.
now.
I wanted to hear y'all opinions before I said who I. Of course, that's how I am. So I want to hear y'all opinions first.
Niggas
someone
always
that we
hate my ass here. God
I don't-
damn,
I don't-
nigga.
you
I'm just
just-
it's
but-
my roses, nigga. God damn. You can give whatever vegetarian you want your roses, nigga. Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, and Shaq is who I'm giving my roses to,
Nigga
nigga.
picked the 3 most famous LA niggas possible.
Hey, I agree with the other ones, but Shaq has a full statue. That's like saying Rocky need his roses.
He got a statue. He got a statue outside the gym he played on. That don't count. Shaq.
Ain't a lot of niggas got a statue outside.
It's millions.
If that's
Oscar De La Hoya has a statue out there.
Nigga, if that's
Chick
the case,
Hearn.
if that's the case,
Kobe's getting
get
his.
Smush Parker a statue, my nigga. Like,
How?
exactly, bro.
What?
One nigga is solidified and one nigga is not, bro.
What's your list, bro? Cam
it's
had
hard.
his list. You got your list, bro.
Honestly,
You good.
it's a hard question.
I'm about to argue the fuck out of
niggas,
it. Go
people
ahead.
that niggas need to like
You
show
don't have
more
one
love
person?
to is probably like Joey Badass, Chance the Rapper. He's pretty glorified already, but he doesn't get as much support as he could have.
Yeah.
Tyler the Creator is someone where I'm not even
You
listening to
said
that
niggas,
nigga
I'm
like
like,
that.
Yeah,
some niggas, I'm like, ugh.
when we say
If Ty-
deserves
if-
their
if-
roses,
if Tyler-
I'm thinking more people that are close to being finished and their career is done.
well, I didn't feel like. No, that's not
He
what I
just
meant.
said if someone died like abruptly.
Yeah, because I'm comparing it to Nipsey's death and like the impact that someone has on you. So I'm gonna tell y'all the person I thought about.
Your niggas was trash too, Joe.
Well, I'm gonna leave
All
it
those
say.
answers.
Chance the Rapper.
All them shits was trash. Joey Badass.
Joey Badass has done a lot independently, and if he died right now, I guarantee you the world would be like, "Oh, it was such a big Joey Badass."
That's
fan.
any artist though.
I don't know because I feel like Joey
did
Badass.
this.
I don't
Smush
know.
Parker could die. Niggas be like, "Oh, I love Smush Parker." Yeah.
Nah.
Anyway,
couldn't happen.
nigga, let me
I
give
met
let
that
me
nigga.
let me give my answer,
My
bro.
cousin used to date that nigga.
Let me give my answer, bro. The person I feel like we need to celebrate right now, bro, is Childish Gambino.
You saw Guava Island?
You don't think he celebrated?
Not enough. Not be and like I think people generally like him, but he's for sure should be as far as a musician, way bigger than what he is. He
I
can
think that
rap.
nigga's pretty big though. That nigga just headline
yeah.
Coachella, bro.
Yeah, but this is the thing, bro. Gambino, as far as an artist, should be way bigger than what he is.
How many black people have headline Coachella?
A lot.
Beyonce,
Yeah, you said how many? Now you named
Drake,
people.
but I'm saying the type of people that have though.
The
So that's what I'm
Weeknd.
saying. I feel like he celebrated to,
Yeah.
or at least thought of in music wise to be able to headline
Well,
Coachella
is-
or with the same names as Beyonce. Had Drake headline Coachella?
Drake.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
when he kissed Madonna.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Yeah, so I don't know, but
Outkast.
Coachella is also on a decline right now. It's not what it was.
Yeah, this year was bad.
So with that being said,
Nigga, what? Really? It looked fucking crazy.
it looked cool, but I'm just saying. But that's
From
not
what I've
important.
heard, when people
Let me
that
give
went,
my
they was like, it was
my
kinda
whole
weak this
point
year.
for a
Kanye
second.
performed-
Y'all niggas
Oh,
just
go
don't
ahead,
give
go
a
ahead,
fuck
go
about
ahead.
my opinion.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. Childish Gambino.
All right, so
That nigga fumbled. I'm gonna tell you why after your
That's
point.
cool. That's cool. But one, because he's an amazing artist. Two, because he takes the time to be kind of like a 3K, and he's himself. Because he takes the time to just kind of be outside of rap, in rap, and then still to be social when he needs to be. You know what I mean? So that this is America and those type of songs, right? He also is a writer and a comedian and just a creative in general, right? And just who he is inspirational because he's kind of showing you like, bro, you can do whatever you want. I feel like he needs to be celebrated more. That's why I chose Gambino. But I was like, let me see what y'all gonna say.
All right, I'm a big Childish Gambino fan
Yeah.
and have been for a minute. Besides when he first came out, because he was really trash as an artist when he first came out. He got really good to the point that when him and J. Cole put out albums at the same time, I was like, this nigga got the best album of the year for sure. And I was in a long. I don't know if you were in that group
I
chat,
wasn't,
that
I
Creative
wasn't.
Realm chat. And
I
I was
was,
going
but I
off
didn't fuck with it.
because it was like him, Absol, and J. Cole all put out. I was like, Childish Gambino killing everybody. That nigga's dope. He fumbled horribly for writing an entire movie or short film with him and Rihanna and didn't write in a kiss scene. Like,
Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, bro.
My-
that
he,
was
like,
stupid.
nigga,
He could have. What if she said no?
no, my nigga, she didn't.
I don't.
It's
I
Childish
I
don't,
said,
Gambino.
what if she said no though?
You
What if
gotta-
She
said no?
didn't.
She has a fiance and everything.
Nigga, it's Childish Gambino. When that nigga wants
Have
to
we
do
seen
something,
Rihanna ever kiss anybody in music
when
video?
that nigga
Or a
wants,
movie?
it's a movie, bro. When that
I
nigga
don't
wants
know.
to do
I don't
something visually, the person's gonna go, yeah, he's a genius. I'm gonna go with it.
maybe he just didn't. Maybe he just didn't want to kiss her, bro.
why-
maybe he's
why
in
you
a
gotta kiss
relationship.
Rihanna?
He fumbled, bro.
Maybe
I'm
he's in a relationship and he's like, I'm not gonna
no.
write that
I think
in.
he was like, I'm nervous to write this in. Like I'm not gonna write it.
Maybe, bro. It's Rihanna.
I
liked it.
I would have presented it. I would have started the shit.
He was smart for putting all his music in it. What was you saying?
The whole shit would have started with a sex scene if I wrote that. Like the whole shit, I would have been dropping.
Remember what I said about Chael?
Rihanna.
Remember what I said about Chael before we started recording? That's what I mean, bro.
I'm saying,
and at the same time, I agree with him, but I still.
If you have the capabilities of doing this, you're not dry humping Rihanna at the beginning of this shit. You're not like, hey, I'm gonna write this in. If she say no, she say no. I'm gonna write it though.
I feel you.
I'm gonna write it.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did, bro.
And I'm gonna make it super artistic. It's gonna go. It's going to be so tight. You're not even gonna want to say no. Like you're gonna do this. Like Rihanna, we've never seen the side of you, but you're a super sexual person and all your stuff. You know, like blah blah blah. Her
still haven't seen her kiss their music videos.
Her
like
management would. No one kisses in music videos really. Her management would have been like, yeah, this is a good look.
You can't just say that Rihanna didn't say no though, bro.
Because he didn't write it in. I guarantee that shit.
I mean, bro.
If he hears this and he wrote it in, hit me up, bro, because I gotta know. You fucking fumbled for that not being a thing.
Let's make sure this clip comes out.
Yeah.
I want that out.
And I fuck with him heavy. I just see him getting like real clammy hand and being like, erase. I'm not.
I can't disagree with you with that because I'm like, it's because of who it is. I can see somebody being like, nah, I'm not gonna do that, and I could also see somebody being like,
it's just a kiss too.
Especially
it's
when
Rihanna, bro.
They were together. They were together.
I'm pretty sure Gambino has smacked girls close to Rihanna's level.
Yeah, but it's Rihanna. You know what I'm saying?
That's Rihanna for us. Rihanna for him is probably Rihanna.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe. I don't know.
They have a relationship. I know Rihanna had her own little ball or some shit, and she had him perform.
Yeah.
I believe they're cool.
I'm sure
That's
are
obvious.
cool.
They did a movie with
she's
that nigga.
still Rihanna, and he's still Childish Gambino.
Did you like the movie?
Yeah, it's fucking really. Anything he stamps, like artistically, like, did you guys fuck with his first short film that he did?
The one in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Nigga, that shit was about absolutely nothing, and it was the most entertaining shit ever for me.
Only thing I haven't watched by him was he on Community? What was he on?
Yeah, he was on Community.
I've never watched that episode.
And he was
I
writing
didn't
on
watch
that.
Community,
Bro,
but he also was writing on Community as well.
He put a Bella Anderson in that shit in his first short film.
She's in the house?
Did he kiss her?
Nah, he fumbled that one too.
I have to ask.
She basically, you only see her in glimpses. There's basically, if you haven't seen his first short one,
No, I haven't.
What if he's gay?
very well could be. He lives.
I considered that as well.
He lives in a mansion in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And like any new artist, it's just a studio, a bunch of rooms, and a bunch of niggas that live in the house, right? Which means some people have friends and shit that he doesn't know. There's a random girl in the house that he keeps seeing, but he doesn't know who she is. Yeah. And she's not responding to him when he's like, hey, like she'll walk away real fast. And then he's like, super Childish Gambino, so he's like, whatever. He keeps going. And he's trying to figure out who this girl is. He's asking everybody, hey, who's this girl? And everyone's like, I don't have a girl here. I don't have a girl here. And
I would have freaked out. I know it's a movie, but I would have been like, what?
They reveal at the end. They don't even reveal. Like, she just walks by him, and he's like, oh, okay. And he goes back to doing whatever he was doing. But you see her, and it's a Bella Anderson, the porn star, who was a really famous porn star at the time.
Maybe he just didn't want to kiss her.
And
that might have just been that.
And she's fired.
Why not?
Shut up. And then, and
You saying sex workers don't want to be kissed?
No, I'm saying that she may have just finished the scene right before.
I think she was retired at that point in this.
That don't mean she didn't have her own personal thing going on.
And then he put Topanga in that shit from Boy Meets World. Yeah. Just a scene with them picking lemons or some shit. Yeah. I was like, nigga,
that shit was tight. I watched it like 3 years ago, but it was tight. Let's wrap up though, y'all.
Oh, I mean, I'm done, bro. We talked about y'all. I'm happy because we talked about all the shit I wanted to talk about. so I won in this situation. I'm happy.
It's been fun, y'all. Any last words?
Any hot takes?
I ain't got no hot takes.
I'm good,
Cam
bro.
really got to go. He ain't got no hot takes.
My hot take is don't compare Jesus and Chael.
Is that even on the episode? That's not gonna even be on here, so it's cool.
What's not gonna be on here?
That part.
We were talking about that before we started recording. Really.
Do you guys celebrate 420?
I did a little bit. I only smoked with Cam, and then I was
Yeah.
First time I ever.
Oh, by the way,
Dazed and Confused was on 420 when I was in like
what's up, bro?
10th grade.
Just want to shout out Asha and Tam. Me and AMF was on the So She Said podcast. Yeah. That episode is going to be out this week. The videos and the audio.
Can we get that for our team?
I'm sure.
Lit.
Yeah, it was fine. That was it.
All right, man.
We'll post it on Instagram so people can.
Yes, we will.
Listen,
Tune in.
watch.
Tune in. All right, y'all. It's been fun. Peace.
Ah, that was tight, bro.